March 17th, 2020. St. Patrick's Day, as fate would have it. Just another Tuesday to me. And I'm sure there's people drinking, but they're probably not drinking in crowds too much. Right about now, we're in an exceptional time in history. But later for that, let's talk about these puppies. These are a little over 2 weeks old. And they are the product of a queen and Zorba the Gronk mating. For those of you who stumbled here, perhaps from cyberspace, www.olympicdogs.net is the website. You can find all sorts of informative jibber jabber about what we do and why we do it. But the short story is we mix 3 rare working breeds: the Turkish kangal, the South African Boerboel, and the Dogo Argentino, and 1 well-known gentrified, aka ruined breed, the Great Dane, to various percentages for various purposes. The most glaring benefit of mixing dogs is overall health, and there's other benefits like overall sanity, but depending on the mix, you can do a lot to create what you need as far as temperament, coat, and whatnot. Anyway, I can't talk too much to people who don't know what we're doing, otherwise I'll bore my loyal people who are basically just people who follow the program. It's not really intended for general consumption. Anyway, these pups are a little over 2 weeks old, and so that means they will be ready to go late April, assuming that people can still move around at all. Which brings me to the historical context. We're in the midst of a global panic-demic about a virus that, if let to run its course, would probably be doing the global economy a favor by culling 1 to 3% of the dead wood in all the successful first world countries, which are full of a surplus of old people and a dearth of youth, which this virus, interestingly enough, has no appetite for young people. Matter of fact, if you were trying to design a virus to do the global economy a favor, you couldn't do much better. Except if you forgot to factor in the fact that politicians the world over like to put on a show about doing something, and they may do too much so as some other politician doesn't point at them and say you're not doing enough. And that would be my perspective, is that they've gone a little far. Especially because the experts say this thing spreads like the wind, and you're not really going to stop it anyway. You might slow the spread. But if you cause a global financial disaster with your measures that only forestall the inevitable, what have you really done? That would be the thing that I think no one is saying. I get to say it because I'm not running for office. I don't really give a fuck who doesn't like it, so spare me on your YouTube comments, because I really don't give a fuck. But I got to talk about it, because when I turn this thing on, I talk about what's on my mind. And the public, Joe Public out there, is stockpiling toilet paper. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I agree. Queen thinks that's fucking nuts, and I agree. You're better off to have a big-ass dog. If you want to stockpile something, I would suggest bullets or beans, canned goods, solar panels, any number of things other than toilet paper. So, yeah, big-ass dogs are good. They can protect your ass in whatever degree of cleanliness you manage to maintain it. And if stuff gets really real, you can go full circle on the Wuhan meat market and eat your dog, right? It's meat on the hoof. So there you go. I think I've probably managed to offend everybody, and I'm going to let it go. But that guy's hopping around like he's listening to a different beat. I hope he's all right. We'll see as time plays out. Note that fucker's got rhythm right there. Anyway, if you want to see what these guys will look like we've done it before, and we kept a dog named Guapo, who can very recently on the YouTube channel be seen. He had a superpower. He was able to drop drones from the sky. Not sure how he did it. I'm not sure if these puppies will have that gene, the drone dropping gene, let's call it. I can't promise that. I will promise you that they come with the standard warranty on our crosses, which is a 5-year written replacement for any genetic issue, right? Genetic issue being genetic issue, not I got hit by a car. Okay, there we go. Joe Public, lay off the toilet paper. Get you a big dog. Oh, here's something relevant. We've only got 1 male, 5 females. So that male's gonna be best offer situation. I don't need him. He's related to everything I have. On a side note, I just brought in my first mixed breed dog. So I've been doing this for about 15 years, but only starting from purebreds. And the question became, knowing that these crosses are better dogs, how long do you justify continuing to go back to purebreds to start? So I found a guy whose program and character and intellect I respected enough, and I got one of his dogs. So later for that, you'll be seeing him. He's here now. He's about 13 weeks. Sorry for the ramble. I know it's been a while. Maybe that's what happens when I don't do this often enough. But I think everybody needs to remember that, well, there's a lot of things that aren't getting said that need to be said. The one thing is probably that people need to look around and consider where we would be if this virus liked to kill everybody, and how vulnerable we are as human beings that live in cities to such things. Now, I don't live there because I'm way ahead of you. I've been saying this was going to be a problem for years, but biological warfare is a thing. They can engineer viruses. They can also inoculate their troops ahead of time and their population. So this should be a wake-up